All right, getting straight into this, just got home. We have already picked in Chalk, Izza, Iset, and Alquang, Nike, Taco. Looks like Potter going back to the well with the Kepri pick. That is 5 games in a row going Kepri. Nike for Jupe Jupe in solo lane. And our very rare pick, Al Kwong. That might be for the sub. I don't think I've ever seen Moosey play that. Might be a new Moosey pick until she says, actually, I played that in season 2, week 18 or something like that. But it's been a while at the very least. And meanwhile, Chalk is a E set as we see Clono making his debut onto this Horrors squad. Bologna locked in to do solo lane against this Nike. Pretty good pick. I always like that one. As we see Donzaburo, Hovered. Two bans were thrown at this ADC. The sub for Tess, Shabalanke, and looks like Cardi B were banned. Agni hovered as well. This might be the comp for the Sandstorm. Agni locked in. All right, that's the Sandstorm comp. And meanwhile, all the Horrors need left is likely their support. Or maybe not. Maybe ESET support? It's either ESET support or Raw support. We're going to see something very spicy today, either way. Just depends on who goes to Joyous. I think it will be ESET support after all. I should have known. I should have known. I was going to say, Sadin's not playing ESET. It's not a god with a line attack ultimate. And that is the rosters for game one of this matchup. All right, getting straight into this one. Once again, it is Clono's first game on the Horrors. They have had 3 people now in that first pick slot. They had Tor and then Mace, and now Clono. Looks like Bologna Jungle. Very wild comp here for the Horrors. And it looks like it is, in fact, Moosey Alkwang Jungle. Taking a look at some of the items picked up. Benevolence for Kepri. Nice to have those heroism procs for if you get caught in a Bologna and Chalk ult. I really like that. Really like that. I would also like for Potter to maybe get a bubble to help deal with these Chalk silences as well as the Bologna ults. A bubble would go very hard. Hopefully somebody tells him that. And heroism is going to go super strong into that. They are also going to need a significant amount of anti-heal. However much anti-heal the Sandstorm is prepared to build, double it, pass it to the next person. It's not going to be enough. We have a Chalk, Bologna, Ra, Iset, Izanami. All right, minions spawning in here. Let's see what's happening. Attack speed, Bologna jungle build, of course. Shock going the power build instead of the auto attack build or anything else. Yeah, I just think that the solos take so much damage from the camps these days. Really missing Hog out there in the solo lane. Nothing too drastic happening anywhere. Potter down to half health in duo lane, but should have a tower to be safe in. Looks like Bologna's wrapping around this tower, but I don't know where she's going to be going with that. At the end of the day, you have to show up in lane to hit an Ao Kuang. Let's take a look at duo lane. This duo lane is very much under tower. Iset, Iza are going to just have absolutely free clear. Iza holds down left click, cleaves through all of the minions, and Iset's going to just be stunning Khepri into that slow from Izanami. Iza taking a lot of return damage here from free bowling, pinging him in the dome. Oh my goodness, Papa Comics gets brought low, almost gets done dirty by the Danzaburo there at the start of this game. First blood has not been landed just yet. Minute and a half into this game, 0-0. Slight gold lead for the Horrors off of some of these waves pushed in duo lane. And some mid camps picked up. Jungle Gank just going for this big boy. I don't think Jupiter's really going to want to contest that. You have to save the one for the wave clear, and nothing else is really something you want to try to steal with at this point in the game. Khepri abducts Iset, gets the silence off in return, doesn't land the stun. Iset has to use the one for mobility to get away here. Very dangerous in this duo lane so far. Shock does not land the combo, and just like that, Danza gets first blood. Pay dirt in the duo lane, getting it onto our boy Iset. Joyous getting taken down. And will not have enough gold to get that gauntlet, only picking up T2. Emerald Mail. Shell gets taken out for this duo lane as well. Good start here for the Sandstorm in duo lane. Always nice to get a Danza going early. And he still has his ult up. So if Danza hits level 5, this Izanami is going to be in danger. See if there's anything happening. Raul has not been used yet. It is up. Agni has his ults, obviously. Might be a fairly standard mid lane, not a ton going on. Ao Kuang trying desperately to deal with these side camps. Oh my goodness, going to need Agni's support here. So lane Nike has been pressured out quite a bit over here. Not too much going on. Only one kill picked up this game, making the gold lead completely even after the pressure the Horrors got just from pushing minions in, so it's dead even. I would not be surprised to see Bologna ult here. Under tower. And there you have it. Clono gets the kill onto our girl Jup Jup. Ao Kuang is going to try to get Bologna under execute threshold here. Silence is going to keep Ao Kuang from using that ultimate ability and maybe keeping him from getting anywhere here. Ult goes up, free knock up, knocked down by Bologna and Darth Lay here in the solo lane. Good combo here from the double warriors. Yeah, I don't know. You gotta be asking if these are ults are down if you're gonna be going in as an Ao Kuang. Just not enough burst yet. I don't think either of those warriors were low enough for me to really sign off on a gank like that, as Taco gets the kills. He's going to be a happy camper, jumping around, finally gets left alone in mid lane for more than 30 seconds, picks up a kill. All right, 2-2 here at the 5-minute mark. 500 gold lead for the Horrors, and it's going to get a little spicy here. Khepri trying to stall these minions out, but you are too low. You gotta run. He uses the shell, and you don't. Oh no! Good Don's ult. Oh, the AOE from that ult, and that will secure the kill. It was all a bait, tactical play by Khepri using the shell relic there. Donza came calling. Man, the AoE on that rocket doing that much damage is nasty, because I think that just hit the wall there. Absolutely disgusting early game. Both ADCs are basically in the same point with their builds. Supports both 1 stack to 0 stack. Huge stack lead here for Joyous. As we see BDK called out here, and I think Agni was able to steal that as Chalk ult is burned. Bellona getting taken down to half health here. Agni misses. Sodden. Never. Chalk is half health here. Agni disarmed by Bellona, getting chased down. Ult lands, and that is another kill for Clona, but Taco gets his revenge in the form of that dot damage. Nike is still fighting here. Gets a good knock-up into the shield, but I think she's going to be too slow to chase down a Chalk. Rock, Chalk, Chalk, as we see Nike is still chasing. I don't think Chalk's running fast enough if he really wants to get out of this. Khepri is rooting and moving this Raw away from this fight. If she can get a 1, this might do it! Oh, she misses a tick, but she gets the kill anyway. Jupe chases down Darth Leahy. And Bellona ult should still be down, so I think she will be A-okay. Khepri just making Sodden walk off into the jungle with him, and it takes 2 to tango. It only takes 1 Nike to get the kill there, as we see Bellona is going to attack these side camps and run straight into 3 enemies, a bit more than what she bargained for. Has enough mobility to get out. 5-4 here. Still dead even in gold. Yuset's getting baited. Smart enough to know what was happening there. Alright, gonna take a little drink break. Tasty. Looks like solo lane something's happening. I think these have been the most 1v1s in solo lane I have seen in a very long time in Worm Smite League. Where's all the cringe ganks? Come on. You gotta get those numbers up. As we see a 2v2 here in mid. There actually is a gauntlet stack diff on these supports now. 24-4. Got to get Potter some stacks here, give him some waves. Donzaburo has pressed Izza all the way up, and that was a solo. There's the cringe. I almost had to figure out where that happened. There's that cringe gank to solo. Looks like Iset's rotating. It's hard to Iset gank a Donzaburo, though. You can't keep him in that. Ooh, Izza ult burned here. Does not land. You're going to have to land a close range stun into the silence. Have to use this ult immediately. Procs it. Donza at half health. He goes invis. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? He goes all the way to the top of the lane. And... he just wiggles around Izza. Oh my gosh, Papa Comics is so used to dodging Donzaburo ults, he didn't know what to do there, and Volig gets a spare there, gets a gutter ball, goes straight around. What? That was amazing. That was a beautiful thing. That was a beautiful, beautiful thing. Looked just like the Donzaburos in my game, except for when they were actually trying to land an ult. Oh, that was hilarious. That cannot be an Xbox player. The turn radius on that Donza ult was just too tight, too clean. The finesse, the skill. Free bowling. Clono did pick up yet another kill, starting off 3-1-2. Does have Shoguns now to be able to get even more out of this Ichabal. A lot of stacking items here for the Horrors. They have both Transcendence, Book of Thoth, and the typical Gauntlet. So if the Sandstorm are not able to get much of a lead while the Horrors are stacking, the Horrors are going to have stronger builds eventually. Yeah, Khepri Root isn't exactly a skill shot, so you gotta be able to land those. As we see, Bologna does get hit by that nice combo there, but Iset comes with the stun into the silence on Bologna, procs the ult immediately. Khepri ulting himself here to give him that extra movement speed to run away. Danza, he doesn't need no peel. He doesn't need no man. Bologna baited out there, free bowling. Call him Harry Houdini. As Musi gets the kill in the solo lane after that 3-man rotation to duo lane by the Horrors. Man, this is the most action and rotations to a duo lane I have seen in a long time. Agni using the full combo here on Bologna. Bologna still hanging out on that line attack. Here comes Ra. Ra! Ooh, does not land. That is Agni Aegis, though. As we see, Bologna is ticking, A-OK. Gets the kill on Taco. That's Donza ult down as well now. Sees Izza, decides, one too many enemies. Seven to 6 here at the 11-minute mark. Still basically dead even in gold. Once again, Danza pushing Izza all the way up to the tower. Gets a good silence there using the ultimate. But yeah, there's a reason the Horrors are ganking this duo lane. Free bowling is snowballing out here in the duo lane. Ao Kuang getting... There's so many disarms and silences on this Horrors team. They have a lot of interesting CC that you're not used to getting applied. Ooh, Raul does not land there. You know, it's not just stuns and knockups. It's, though, of course, they do have those as well. Khepri trying to contest this beacon. Here comes Ao Kuang as well onto the chalk. We're just going to stick the camera right here. Nike jumps in and ults. Here comes Danza Burrow getting immediately met by Bologna, who's been wanting a piece of this man the entire game. Khepri ult is going to land. There's nothing to proc it, though. Nothing to proc it. Oh, that will do the job. But then immediately gets slammed by that ult and gets taken down. Both of them fall to the Horrors, and they will also get this beacon, and they are eking out a slight gold lead here. 1,400. Ooh, they got a lot out of that. A little seismograph because there's just not been that much gold, and this is going to spike it even more so. Free Gold Fury picked up after those kills. Amazing team fight here for the Horrors. This might change the course of the game. A nice 2,300 gold lead out of nowhere for them. Ra taking a lot of poke damage here. Agni is going to be A-OK. Yeah, no, Iset being much further in her build, both in stacks and items, is going to be nice for the Horrors. Potter needs to get those gauntlet stacks. I like rotating, placing wards and everything. You just got to stick in a lane and get like 3 waves, though. You got to get those gauntlet stacks up. You got to pump those numbers up. As well as, we see a contagion. And that's the only anti-heal. No, that is not nearly enough anti-heal. Not nearly enough. We need a divine. We need everything. We need a horrific. We need a prayer, pestilence, everything. Brawlers. Hit that tab. Hit that single tab. This is a team that has Chalk, Bologna, Ra, Iset, and Izanami. You're going to need more anti-heal than just a single contagion. 14.5 minutes in. The gold lead is narrowing back down just a little bit. Good farming by the Sandstorm. Pyromancer is probably going to be the next objective to get called out here after a pick or two. We have just hit the 15-minute mark in this game. Pyromancer surrounded by the horrors. They are warding near it. Ao Kuang is lurking in the jungle as well as a level 16 Agni. Yeah, it's going to be hard to hit a Ao Kuang as a Chalk. It's going to be a tall task. As we see, Danzaburo gets a good taunt, gets Izza beads as well. Izza ult down. Here comes the Rocket Man. You know it's going to be a long, long time till you respawn. Danza gets the kill. Aegis comes out. Here comes Bologna. Disarm. He's going to get some autos. I think Bologna's going to be able to pick this up. Hopefully, the Sandstorm are able to do something across the map here while they have the numbers advantage. They knock Iset up. Ult comes out. They get the kill. Chalk is low as well. Raw's around the corner. Raw is going to have to back out of this fight. It's only Chalk here, but he's a swiggly little boy. Ao Kuang meets Bologna at the rim. They are going to knock up and take him down. Double kill for Musi. An abduct, but I think they might be done chasing that far. I think they need to disengage and get this Pyromancer, so I think that was just 1 CC too far. Yeah, just looking at chat, Axolian is in fact not in the league, and neither are you, so fun fact. As we see, Pyromancer called out here. It is... Oh, Raw ult does not steal. Kepri's really low, taken out by Sodden, and the Horrors also steal the Pyro. As it dashes in, Ao Kuang, 2 invisible characters boxing right on top of each other. Nothing lands on either except for the silence there. Ao Kuang dives, pokes out, dies. Danza's chasing away. Bologna blinks after, hits the disarm. Danza is not throwing out autos, just throwing out a taunt. Bologna ults down. Danza's trying to ult out, but it is... Oh, it gets the stun off somehow there. It's going to keep them chasing around. Free bowling falls to this Bologna. It's really hard to get away from one of those. As we see Primal Fury picked up by the Horrors here. The only one nearby is a Kepri. Not sure if that's your best secure here. It's going to just run away from this Bologna. Horrors get the Primal Fury. 17.5 minutes into this game, down 3k. And is now going to do a nice sightseeing trip through the Sandstorm's backline to pick up their duo camp buffs. Ooh, Chalk somehow getting that and stopping the Juke invade there. And another beacon goes the way of the Horrors. Alright, there we go. Sorry about that, had to look at something real quick. Choco comes out, does not land. Ao Kuang, I think, beads there anyway, so they did get beads. Ao Kuang is still lurking around at the back of this team fight. And Iset ult could turn the tides. Stun does not land. Oh, Kepri self-ulting is going to run away here. Does get out. Chalk was not below execute threshold. I think that CC was just to help self-peel, and Nike is going to be okay here as well, unless another big CC hits her. Here comes Raw Snipe, does not land. Shoot or shoot, though. Izanami ult pokes Nike for about 32 damage. This tower falls. But guess what's fallen as well? This tower in mid lane, as both an Agni and Danzaburo are pushing for free right now. A lot of low health bars here. If the Horrors can push this really good, they might be able to get a Phoenix, but same can be said for the Sandstorm in mid lane. They're stopping the Horrors from backing, Bologna blinks in, and they're just going to disengage and give up this tower. I mean, tower for Phoenix. Art of the deal, art of the steal. That is a... Surely that's getting pinged out. They have to be playing... Somebody has to be playing with game volume on to hear Midbird is under attack during that fight. Great split push there by the Sandstorm, able to get Midbird. And they're going to disengage. This would make it worth, though, if they were able to pick up this Fire Giant. But I think the Sandstorm are on their way. Spotted out by the Ao Kwang, invisible in the jungle. A good Nike knock-up in ult could also be very well here. Danza ulting in, burning. Bologna gets Ao Kwang. Nice Khepri ult to save the Ao Kwang here. Danza's low, hit in the back by Bologna, taken down by the Ra. As we see, Nike is chasing and does pick up the support as well as Sodden here. Push, push, push and P. Izanami is pushing Lilies in the grave. Chalk is executed as well. 4 members down for the Horrors. Where will they go next? They go straight to the Bologna. Ao Kwang trading autos. Doesn't have anything in the tank. That's a Clono kill to shut down this push. That might have just saved the game for the Horrors there. Clono 7, 1, and 6. Very much online, very much alive. Yeah, with the support and mage, not really anything you can do on this map right now. Very unfortunate. If they had Ao Kwang, they could have gotten Pyro or Gold for free, pretty much. I still think they should be going straight for one of those right now. Well, we'll find out eventually. "22 minutes into this game. It is 14 to 16 in kills. Sandstorm only slightly behind in gold right now. Taking a look at the builds. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised Joyous hasn't gotten that starter item. I liked having Saab though. Probably just didn't have enough gold yet. And banking on getting enough gold for starter item by the time he is in Fountain next. Danza gets caught out. A huge rotation for this Danza Burrow, and that will do the deed. Yeah, 22 minutes in, it is the point where you can't just be pushing up a lane right now. Caught out, gunned down by the Horrors, and they will start up this Oni Fury as well. Ao Kwang is nearby, getting chased around by Bologna though. Agni gets some damage on it. Chalk ult misses, and the Horrors secure the kill. That's a Khepri self-ult there as Musi dies. Clono is dead. Clono's still chasing from behind here. Spotted out by Khepri. They know he's here. I think that means they're going to disengage from chasing Ra and try to shut down the Bologna here. But I'm not sure if they're going to be able to catch him. A root here just gets dashed out of. A stun might do the job. Good damage here. Oh, Taco doesn't land the second ult. Gets abducted. Abducted to the grave. Taco gets the kill and the shutdown. Just the second Bologna death this game. And they're going to pick up a nice little beacon. It's always nice to have. Midbird is about to come back up for the Horrors there. And they do have Oni Waves pushing. That is going to give them a very nice reprieve from the pressure put on them by the Sandstorm. They're going to need Pyromancer here. Who's going to pick it up? Nike. All right. It's always a question sometimes on if teams even will pick up a Pyro Bomb. 24.5 minutes into this game. All tied up. Oh, this is an absolutely disgusting wave. But I don't think anybody can go and deal with it because you would just be straight up giving up a Fire Giant if you do so. But nobody's really going for much right now. Okay, you see 3 members of the Horrors in mid lane, so that means somebody really should handle this wave. Oh well. It's crazy to see 4 members on this side of the map when there's no Gold Fury and the Fire Giants up. I'm... Unless they're going for a pick, but it doesn't look like that's what they're doing. I'm not sure what's going on here for both teams. Looks like neither of them really wants to fight for a Fire Giant right now because a Fire Giant might not be enough for them to end at 25 minutes with only 1 Pyro Bomb on the field. But they might lose at a Fire Giant fight. Let me know if the game audio is too loud or too quiet, by the way. I did turn it on this set. But I'm not the one to be asking about audio balancing. Ooh, Nike does avoid a stun and a lot of poke there. You said taking a lot of damage here in return, but a lot of the abilities are down for the Sandstorm. Bologna going straight at Donza Burrow. Somebody help the Donza! Somebody help the Donza! Taken all the way down to a quarter health. Bologna ult comes out, does not land on Donza Burrow. Donza Burrow will get the kill, running away at about 5 HP, but that's 4 more than what you need as Potter gets shredded down by Papa Comics. Raw Aegis comes out, and Ao Kuang will pick up the kill shortly thereafter. Taco's run around in this jungle. Oh boy, he can land those ults in the jungle for sure. As Chalk axes out. Oh, that one auto. Oh, the shield will save. The shield will save there. As they're going to be A-OK. DSI for the Sandstorm, and this is going to be just enough for a Fire Giant call here at the 27-minute mark. Not going to be EFG just yet, but I think they should be able to get either these 2 towers or be able to go and knock down this mid bird again. I wouldn't be opposed to just cleaning up all of the towers on the map. Well, that's what somebody's pinging out. Just so you can get a very clean push on the Titan when you get your next good team fight. One tower down. Looks like the Horrors are trying to slightly position around. Oh my god! Taco? What is that damage? What? Okay, however many magic protections Darth Leahy has, not enough. Stand near your ESET for those Heartward procs and Gauntlet procs, buddy. Oh my goodness. Iza absolutely destroyed here by that Jupe and Agni play. Oh my goodness. Knockup immune, thankfully, is that ESET after that Nike jump in. Rooted and abducted, but nobody nearby, except for the Ao Kuang who blinks in, hits the knockup, but that is just above threshold. Rocket, a lot of stuff used on that ESET. Oh my god, Sodden deletes the ADC from the map, and that is going to absolutely nullify this Sandstorm push for the most part. Taking the ADC off the map, excellent job there by Sodden. They're going to be hiding around this corner here. They might be able to get some sneaky damage on this bird, and it is going to fall. Jupe, and Taco, a tale as old as time, take out the solo lane bird, and Bologna is going to push out too far and get sent right back to the fountain here, as Chalk is going to be running back down the mid, and that is both relics from Raw. Abduct, dead. Chalk ult gets a good knockup. Oh, Iza, baby. You're too far away from that fountain. Ran straight out of the fountain, sent straight back, and this is going to be an end call here. We'll see if they'll be able to do it with ESET right on the Titan. Good double stun there from Agni. Kepri's nearby. They don't really have a tank if Nike is get pushed off of it. Nike's the only one who can really tank anything here. That is Kepri ult down as well. They bring ESET really low. Oh, are they disengaging? Oh no! I think they had that. Why are they disengaging? I don't understand. 30-minute mark. They still had Fire Giant up. They are going back to pick up another Pyro Bomb, it looks like, and pick up Beacon and Gold Fury. Sandstorm feel the pressure, and the Horrors put up just good enough of a defense. I have a lot of feelings about getting Sentinels Boon. The whole point of going Sentinels in Conquest to begin with is to go the other starter. Yeah, I don't like that very much. I can tell you, Chalk definitely wishes he had some additional magic protections after Agni hits him. As Ballone's going to get stunned out, gunned down. Taco, unstoppable. Truer words have never been spoken. And this is going to be a Gold Fury call. Never mind. I take back what I said. It's not a Gold Fury call. Oopsie. Never mind. Silly me. You live to Fury another day there, Mr. Gold Fury. As we see a mid-bird call. They do still have a Pyro Bomb. I think they can save it, though. They do have some minions here. Yeah, you know, it wouldn't be a Worm Smite League without a almost completely useless Pyro Bomb used. As we see, they're going straight for the Titan here. Danzaburo is just holding down left click. A good raw snipe. And that is going to be the game. 31 and a half minutes in. Too many things were happening to call there on that Titan. And it falls. 29 to 20 is the kill difference. Sandstorm take game one. All right, all right, all right. Let's take a little looky at what was happening here. Yeah, plot twist. I think Taco does a lot of damage. That is something. I really liked this Bologna jungle. That Bologna jungle, especially additional ranged instant setup into the sodded raw snipes, were very clean. I loved it a lot. Um, I really liked getting Jupiter on something that could set up her team as well. She definitely had a lot of chemistry with Taco. With the all the interrupts that this team had was very nice. Anything else I need to call out here before the next game? Yeah, no, that's about it. That's about it. I think Izanami is kind of a relatively weak ADC right now, so I'd like to maybe see Papa Comics put on something a little bit stronger here. It is very nice for that early pressure. They did enjoy a lot of early pressure in duo lane and got some gold lead, but we saw free bowling just immediately nullify that with some nice Danza ults. I think Danza is just a significantly better character right now, and we are going to jump straight into game two. Oh, isn't this a beautiful sight? We're going to jump straight into game two when it happens. All right, and we are jumping straight into game two here. All right, this looks like, I think this is a Clono ban. I'm not the most informed person on Clono's picks. Kepri, interesting. Personally, I know that Potter has played Kepri 5 games in a row. I'd feel pretty comfortable leaving it open and just playing around it, though, since you know it's going to get locked in. You can build a comp around it. Playing into a Kepri, like with executes, perhaps. Ao Kwang band as well. And Nuwa band. All right. They want to take away Taco's ability to just get free 70,000 damage from hitting four. Understandable. All right, taking some time with the third ban here. I've seen Darth Leahy cook with Kukulin, so I'd like to see that maybe taken off the board as well. Oh, what's happening in the? Can you all just shut the fuck up? Like, everybody, please. Let's just. Okay. A lot of bank time. I'm almost curious if somebody DC'd from the lobby. Surely they're not using every single second of their bank time just to decide their third ban in the first round. Yeah, okay. That makes more sense. That makes more sense. Let's try this again. Sorry, folks, going back into game two of this set. Sandstorm taking game one. All right. Let's see what happens here. I say that, but I've definitely been a part of teams that did, in fact, use the entirety of their bank time on the first set of bans and then had nothing left. That has happened before. All right. Yeah, I thought the Darth Leahy chalk was pretty good. I definitely think that banning Kukulin from him is just a solid choice as well if you're struggling to find something else to throw at the wall if Clono's already picked or something similar. What happened game one? It was pretty much even the entire game, and then Sandstorm got a nice push down mid lane where they got a bird while the Horrors were trying to push a tower 5v3, and then later they just won a couple of team fights and won. Taco dropped 38k damage on Agni. Clono dropped a lot of damage and played very well on Bologna Jungle. Yeah, Jupe had a very good game. Jupe's had some rough sets recently, but Jupe got to play to her potential this set, and it was very clean. I liked it a lot. Free bowling, Donzaburo was pretty solid. Yes, yes, indeed. Sandstorm 1-0 currently on the horse. As we see, a Scotty ban. Yeah, because I can't remember exactly what was banned game one, but your boy Papa Comics was on Izanami, and I just think Izanami is a slightly weak character right now. I'm not an ADC main, but it just again. Some of y'all play Smite on Taco Bell Wi-Fi. I swear to God. Is it could do a few things, yeah, like have early pressure for sure, and then die. Is there a third thing? Yeah, you just have to make sure you never give up that early pressure lead, though. Like it's the same as a lot of other early snowball ADCs. But there was actually a lot of ganks thrown the way of the dual lane in this set. It was very strange. Solo lane was actually relatively left alone. Okay. Any minute now, the game two will actually start. We'll see though. Any minute now. Banging my head against the wall. Real. Uh, Sub for Tess. I don't know who free bowling is though. That's the only sub this game. Yeah, sorry, I don't know anything about free bowling, so I can't say anything on that. I just know that they're subbing for Tess. That's all I know. We saw a really funny Don Zaburo ult escape. He had some very nice plays, but overall, the Clono Bologna was jumping him so much this game that the damage output between him and Papa Comics wasn't that large, but he was contributing quite a lot. He was having a solid game. You could definitely see the skill was there. He definitely had some moments where he was at like the 23-minute mark uh, in duo lane because the team wasn't really going for anything and he got like four-man rotated on. It's kind of like, yeah, at that point in the game, there's probably something happening on the map. Not sure if you can be out there. A lot of ADCs really love Don Saburo. He's a funny character to watch. It's always enjoyable. I'm a fan. When's your set again, Danny? Danny boy? Oh, Danny boy, I long to see you. Okay, game two starting. Hopefully they have their bands in mind now after this delay. Surely they have their picks figured out. All right, Scotty ban and Morgan Le Fay ban. Always good to ban that off a competent mid laner. It's going to be really funny if the people who followed this channel to watch my Fire Emblem streams open up this and are like, what the fuck is this? As we see Don Zaburo top picked, locked in. Serket, okay, that is also a pick that Musi would normally be very happy taking. Taking that off the board and giving it probably to Clona, jungle. But you never know. I doubt that it would be a joyous pick. And Medusa locked in for your boy PC. Over under 30 minutes game two. Um, I think it'll be over, to be honest. Okay, with Kepri off the board, what will Potter go to here? Ymir would be kind of rough into a Circuit. Ask me how I know. Very, very, very rough into a Circuit. So I don't think that should be locked in at all. What else does Potter like to play? Ganesh. Okay, that's an option. And Robin locked in as well. Dual lane and jungle picked up for the Sandstorm. And that is a pick you like to see. Honestly, it's my favorite pick of Joyous, and I can only wish that I saw it more. It's just so good into so many things. Yamoja. That is one way to prevent Donzaburo from rocketing back down the lane, or rocketing to your ADC. Just put up those double walls, and they will be A-OK. Or heal them. Or just, body block, but we all know supports do not body block enemy ults. Nike banned. They saw Jupe Jupe had fun and said not allowed. Both solo laners still need to get a god here. I would like to see a Kukulin ban Darth Leahy's Kukulin, and maybe his. Uh, who else would they need to ban? Still a mage on the board. I think Agni could be a good pick or ban for the Sandstorm here because I really don't want to try to be playing Ganesh into an enemy Agni. You spend a lot of time in a very localized space and you could just get stunned out, gunned out by those ultimates. We'll see though. And there's the Agni ban. All right. Because Sodden's three most favored picks are Ra, Agni, Kukulkan. And I very much like playing Ganesh into a Kukulkan, and maybe even a Ra as well. So I think Agni is a good ban there. I like that a lot. And a Carther ban. Okay, two solo bans at the end of the line thrown at Jupiter. And Giannis. Okay, leaving open both Ra and Kukulkan for your boy Sodden Sloppy. And he will, in fact, lock in Kukulkan. Not a bad pick. Can definitely be good for spotting out an enemy Danza. Very good into a friendly Yamoja and Serket. I like Kukulkan a lot here. Plus, I think the friendly Serket will be able to help kind of deal with the Robin if Robin's going after Kukulkan. Plus, Yamoja can just spam heals at you if they're trying to do single target at you. And you can always set up the infamous Yamoja column, put a reverse ring toss at the end, Kukulkan ult and tornado down the tornado alley. And Kukulin picked up to take that away from Leahy and given to your girl Jupe Jupe, and Discordia picked up. I always like Discordia against enemy mages who don't have a whole lot of instant mobility. Very nice pick to have. Also able to get out of your mojo ults. Yeah, I like this a lot. And Surtur picked up for Darth Leahy in the solo lane. Caesar. Double Donza games locked in from free bowling this set. All right, here we go. No low delay spectator mode, so we're just chilling and waiting now. And there we go. Any minute now, we'll be sent into this game. Taking longer than normal, to be honest. All right, finally into the game. That took, I feel like, longer than normal. This is the start of game 2. And a pause, classic. All right. Sorry for the pause. I don't know what happened. These things happen in these sets. Well, I'm just gonna chill until this game actually starts. No need to yap about starting items. Nothing crazy here. Oh, well, more you know. That will get it starting. Okay. The classic 4 potions and 2 wards for Julius, and I like the Benny. I think that Medcloak is a bit overkill. I think early on, Yamoja's burst healing is actually quite low. If you look at her abilities, the shield is 30, but the actual heal at level 1 is actually only 20. So I think she would benefit more from a shell because the other team's going to be getting anti heal. So I feel like a Medcloak is just going to get anti-healed a lot of the time. But, Ganesh did go Shell instead of a Horrific Emblem, so that's good. 5 health potions and 2 multipots. That's a lot of potions. Oh my goodness. As the game finally starts up, game 2 of this set, best of 3. Let's see what hip hop happens up in here. Donzo's pathing pretty aggressively here, likely going straight for. Ooh, does dodge that stun. Gets some good poke on Medusa, getting hit by both, and gets taunted at the end of it. Gets hit by absolutely everything there. Gonna have to start dodging those soon. Kukolin gets a rage push. Ooh, that's usually followed up by a kill, so I instantly cammed over there. Not too much happening after that first wave. Lots of people at low health. Half, bit over half. Thankfully, health potions scale early very strong. Just trying to make sure I catch first blood here as we see a big combo out. Ooh, that tornado. Oh, that was really close to being a kill. Musi brought down into the red. Darth Leahy doing a very good job of mitigating this Colin early game here. Does not get a stun. Ooh, Jupe doesn't land the jump as much as she would have liked to there. Cat going all the way to the Copium camp to get some action. Gets taunted. Is there going to be an auto followed up here? And that is first blood for Taco. Clono wanted some fight, and he got what he wanted. And Darth Leahy, it's a good thing Taco got that, because Darth Leahy solos Jupiter over here on this Surtur. Good job, Darth Leahy. Congratulations. Not too much happening after that 1-1 start. A lot of action so far. Colin coming straight back with a vengeance. Surtur does have an XP lead now. Minutes in. Basically, even the Sandstorm do have the first blood bonus, essentially. Fighting over the totem. Gets a good knock up here. Yep. Good choice by Leahy. When a Kukulin uses that ult, they're going for a kill 80% of the time. Gets taunted. Danza out of the emoji ult, but Ganesh is going to get caught. That gap is a lie. Does use this Ganesh ult, and Yamoja will just gallop on out of there. Lots of ults used, no kills in that dual lane fight. Surtur is moving fast with the quickness. Kukulin does bring him down to half health. Oh my goodness. Jupe, what are you on? Oh, T2 Mystical. Yeah, that'll do the trick. Juiced up. Danza is pushed out too far here. Serket is going to get a taste of whatever she wants here, going after the Ganesh. Pushes him out of the Yamoja stun, though. Some bad timing, but it's going to be enough to get a kill in dual lane. Like I said, more ganks thrown at dual lane this set than I've seen in a long time. Darth Leahy forced to back by Jupe. And Danza goes back in! I don't know what happened there. I thought that fight was over. No way he gets out of this. Oh my goodness! Free bowling! What are you doing? He almost gets Serket too! Joyous saves the jungler. Oh my goodness. I gotta say, nothing is more entertaining than a Danza Burrow duo lane. Robin is going to catch out Yamoja rooted. She gets to the ring toss. He immunes the slow. Ults in. Lucy gets the kill. So much action in the duo lane. I thought this was outlawed. It's a good push. Both really low here. It's going to be who lands the auto. Hey, it's Jupe. Boxing close range, gets the knockout and is running for her goddamn life right now. She knew that jungler was coming. Doesn't even give up the blue camp. Serket doesn't go for it. The more you know. Dashes past the Medusa ult. Medusa ult burned there. Does not land. That was nasty. That was a nasty soloing fight. That's a butt clenching one. Oh my goodness. 4-3 at the 6.5 minute mark. Gets the root on Serket. Gets taunted immediately after. Both at half health. It's going to be which mage follows up more. Serket hit by the ult. Kukulkan, Spirit of the Nine Winds, hits fewer than 9 people. And Musi kills Clono. Gets sneezed on. Jumps over the tornado. All Kansans should learn that method, as Kukulkan is out of mana and is going to get ran down by Jupe Jupe and Taco. A combo that is finally online. I don't know why we never thought of that. Just jump over the tornadoes. I'm such a fool. Why am I building basements? As we see, Danzaburo is equal level. Has been pushing this Medusa into tower, but let's take a look at... Well, that's the wrong one. Net worth. Taco, Jupe Jupe. ADCs are, slight lead for free bowling, but nothing too crazy so far. Surtur is going to ult this wave to try to get some pressure. Gets the knockup, but Kukulkan's got a knockup of his own here. Papa Comics gets the kill. Huge fight over here in the duo lane. I'm not used to having to pan over to the duo lane. What is this action? Serket gets absolutely shredded by Musi, who's putting in work on this Raven pick. It might be banned in some upcoming sets because, yeah, Raven's good, everyone. As Medusa gets rooted and taken down. Double tornadoes. No ult to try to get a snipe, though. Unfortunate. And Taco is going to push in this wave after that rotation. And Jupe Jupe gets a solo kill in solo lane. All this rotation to duo lane, and there's nothing to stop a Kukulkan, who is now starting to get cooking. 57, 800 gold lead in solo lane. Starting to get a little yikesy out there. It's probably past the point of no return for Surtur. Alright. Almost 9 minutes into this game. Sandstorm have already amassed a bigger lead than anything that had occurred at this point in the previous game. They do knock up and then ult this Yamoja. Get a lot of poke damage on her, and they get the kill, but Robin has to use the backflip, and that means free real estate for a Serket. And she will get the shutdown, but immediately gets knocked up by a good Potter ability there. Disco 1 does not kill. Oh, Surtur might be cooked. Kukulkan thankfully not... Oh! That'll get the job done. I swear, whenever Taco plays Discordia, it just feels like that one has twice the amount of range that it does on every other Discordia. That's just what good positioning feels like sometimes, I suppose. A lot of Discos shoot out the one and then move side to side. He just shoots the one and then leaves. And just leaves, so it feels like it was coming from a further location. They do start up a BDK with only the tanks. Interesting strategy, Cotton. We'll see if that works out for them. They get double sneeze, double tornadoed here. The BDK is low. Should just be a couple autos here. And I think the Horrors are able to pick that up despite the Raven. Yamoja going the Chronos Pendant second item is not going to have a ton of prots against a fed Discordia. Discordia hiding in the Ganesh. Oh, you can't hide from Sod and Sloppy. Gets the kill double in the mid lane for the Horrors. And here comes... Oh, never mind. As Robin is still boxing. Gets taunted back in. And that's 3 kills for the Horrors in mid lane. A huge fight for them. They got to be able to farm something off of that, though. They could go for a Gold Fury. They should be going for a Gold Fury right now. Go, 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 go. That's too bad. Anyway, Kukulin pushing Surtur into the tower. Very engaging gameplay. Gets a good knockup. Will have a rage transform here any second. Gets it. Push. Going to have the mobility to get out of tower. Gets out of dodge. Another kill for Jup Jup. 3-1 and 2 to start this game. Level 14 Discordia. And does she have the... No, Kukulin has the Discordia passive as well. Oh my goodness, yeah, you got... Ooh. You're trying to solo against somebody and they have Disco passive on Kukulin. Not a fun experience, let me tell you. DigiB is up. Donzo lurking around this tower. Oh, are we about to see something absolutely disgusting? Never mind. Okay, we're fine. Beacon fight. Robin ult for some motion there. Kukulkan ult does not land. Serket going after Disco. Disco uses that just to be immune. Does not land. The ult, the emoji ult down. And Free Bowling does tower dive for this kill. You could not tell from his health bar that he dove tower for that, but he did. Good tornado. They get another good Taco 1 onto this backline. They do heal up, though. Serket gets a nice double taunt. Oh, keeping Robin in the tornado. Back to the fountain, Moosey. As we see, Don's Burrows going to catch them unaware here. Immediately just starts throwing things out. Serket was able to back off, though. Serket blinks in, immediately gets knocked up, and Darth Leahy gets a solo kill on Jupiter, and Taco kills Joyous. After all those things I said about, Kukulin having Disco passive and being too far ahead, your boy Darth Leahy brings it back as Taco gets a double kill on this beacon as they secure it. Good showing here by Darth Leahy, even when behind. Sending a message with that Disco apple. 13.5 minutes in. No large objectives really pulled at this point, but there is basically a 3k gold lead for the Sandstorm. All right. Donzaburo's going to be taking out that tower. I think that's actually the first tower to go down this game at the 14-minute mark. Duo lane T1. Taking a look, there is a XP lead on Taco, Potter, and a very large one on Free Bowling right now. The ADCs haven't really left duo lane except for that beacon fight, so it's not apparent yet, but they'll feel it in a team fight. Thankfully, Clono is very good at hunting ADCs, so even with this XP lead, we might not see a super huge damage difference at the end of the game between these ADCs, but there is a 3-level lead right now. Got to take advantage of that if you're the Sandstorm. Jupiter pushing Surtur literally into the tower here. Oh, somehow gets aggro there from the tower. Unfortunate. Probably the blue stone procs. Takes a bit more damage than she was expecting. It's going to have to run before Daddy takes the T-Bird away from this Serket, who is looking straight at her. Does land. Jupiter has dash up and ready to go. Goes straight back into the fountain. Clono getting the kill. Would have been nice to get that on Medusa. Not able to, however, but the Sandstorm call out the Gold Fury call. And they get it. All right, you take down Jup Jup. They get the Fury. 15-11 at the 16-minute mark. Gold lead not slowing down. except for that 11-minute mark. It's climbed back up to the largest point of the game. Pyromancer, good secure. And they get a lot of damage on Disco for it, and that just might be, oh my goodness, taking one down with him. Robin's going straight in after this Yamoja. Yamoja thankfully healing through a lot of it. But man, Taco just ate a Kukulkan ult to the face. That was disgusting. Calculated, of course. Definitely wasn't just for secure on that Pyromancer. Oh my goodness. And just like that, after that kill over in solo lane, Surtur is equal level to Jupiter. Good job by Leahy to crawl back into this. Of course, something slightly disconcerting as a solo laner to see a support walk by and only be one level behind you. Pretty unnerving. As we see, Donzabur is just farming. Oh my goodness, level 17 right now. 18, highest level in the game, followed shortly behind by Taco, Sodden, and Clono. Wards placed around this fire giant. Not sure if they're going to really want it. I think it's more just a gathering spot to try to fight and get a good team fight and pressure off of that and go for a tower. Robin is chasing down the Yamoja here. Does immune the stun. Yamoja in trouble. That apple, oh, a bit of an overcommitment with that Robin ult. I think the apple would have been enough. The apple's still on Surtur. That is a funny sight to see. Robin's got to watch out for Serket. And Serket will be able to secure that. Ganesh at tower line, barely dashing out of that Medusa ult, as Kukulkan is going to go straight for the one ult combo, body blocking Medusa just a little bit. Thankfully, a Serket taunt is able to peel Kukulkan off of Medusa. So Jupe's just going to get some nice damage on Surtur to make up for the fact that she could not kill Medusa. Just to feel something. And it looks like they will have the pressure to get the Stigi B here. Level 19. 5 level lead in ADC. Oh my goodness. You do not see that very often. Good. I like the anti-crit on Ganesh. I like that a lot. Especially into the Serket, who's doing a lot of work. Kukulkan is getting chased down and will get secured. But a nice Donzo ult is going to pick up Clono, and Surtur is going to have to run for the hills. Blinks out as well, and Yamoja is going to be left for the wolves. Robin gets clipped by that Kukulkan ult. It's going to do a lot of damage, but I don't think Kukulkan is going to want to run at the entire enemy team to try to chase down that kill. Alright, 2 for 1. I think if you're the Horrors, you're okay with just any fight that doesn't end with the Sandstorm getting objectives, though. Just stall out this game as long as possible. Because 4k gold, 5k at 20 minutes, it's not that bad. Like, it's not great. It could definitely balloon to 10k after one bad team fight for you, but the XP lead is definitely the scarier thing. A 7.7k XP lead is the thing that's making you very, very nervous, as they are going to attack the Gold Fury here. Medusa is the only one nearby, and she is shark bait ooh-aha for this Robin. Gets rooted, zooted. Medusa dodged. Medusa gets the kill. It'd be like that sometimes. Alright. 20 and a half minutes into this game. Like I said, gold lead not too bad. XP lead. Basically the ADC XP lead. Tremendous right now. Mojo ulting, trying to catch this Donza Burrow out, but nobody is close enough to follow up on that. They did catch Donza. Surtur, they did get Don's Relics there might be able to catch him, but just absolutely gangbanged by 3 members of the Sandstorm as Clono falls in the back there. Another good Kukulkan ult, but they just... The front line back line separation has been too far for the Horrors. They haven't been able to get on top of the enemies that they CC, and that's largely part to these Ganesha ults and also just Disco. Oh, and speaking of Disco, she is gone. Good sneeze by Kukulkan. Jupiter's going all in here. I think she could stand to poke the tower real quick. There we go. Kukulkan's on top of Donza Burrow. Does juke the stun. Guns down. Donza is ulting just to send a message here. The message, DSI for the Sandstorm. At the 21.5-minute mark, they are going to be pushing for this mid tower. And it goes down as Sur and Serket are running up the lane. No Gold Fury to go after. Might need to just back, ward around this Fire Giant, get ready for a team fight. Alright, alright, alright. Bit of a break in the action here as both teams back off. Big fan of that. Pet lurking around the beacon. Papa Comics finally getting some XP. The good thing about XP leads is when the other guy gets to 20, you get to catch up for the rest of the game. But the Sandstorm are starting the Fire Giant here at 23 minutes. They only have one Pyro Bomb to follow it up with if they are able to secure it. They do have to watch out for a Kukulkan ult. They must be zoning him. You have to zone the Kukulkan. The Horrors go all in. Uh-oh. The Mojo ult is going to stun Donzaburo and keep him away from their backline, but Serket is really low here. Good knockup. Amazing knockup. And that is 2 members down for 1 as Robin gets taken out by Clono. Big Kukulkan. Small Kukulkan. Dead Kukulkan. Bye-bye. 3 kills. As Serket goes back in to try to pick up this Donzaburo, will be able to wiggle on out of there as, like I said, Papa Comics get in another level. Catching back up. You gotta make sure if you're the Sandstorm, whatever you're getting over there around the map is worth Medusa catching up here. Clips the wall. Donza hiding right here. Does not take a single bit of that Medusa ult. And here comes Taco with absolutely vile intentions. And Medusa dashes down. Oh no. Oh, misses the 2! A rare miss from your boy Taco, but I think ult is going to do more than... Oh, gets the relics. Misses another 2! Papa dashes out of it, but here comes Jupe Jupe. Papa's gotten all the way back up the lane. And Yamoja Riptide gets Papa Comics out there. Papa got all the way out from enemy Phoenix to his there. Insane. But Joyous will pay the price here. Yeah, you got Papa Comics out. I don't know why anybody else went further in, though. Kukulkan is very much in danger of getting ran at by Kukulin. Donza ults in, gets the taunt kill, and now it is just absolute insanity as 4 members of the Horrors are down. Yeah, they got Papa Comics out, and then they decided to fight around a tower that is no longer worth fighting for. Yeah, you're not... rough fight. Rough fight for the Horrors as the Sandstorm have a 4-1 advantage here around the beacon. With the Pyro Bomb, this would be a good use for a Pyro Bomb. But they can hold it as well. They have enough tanks. And they get it. Very nice. First Phoenix down this game just before the 26-minute mark, and it's the best one to get. The duo lane bird gone. They're probably going to fall back and try to go for this Oni Fury. Or Beacon. Something. They're going to get something. Yeah, there we go. Yep, and just like that, the XP lead mostly caught up, but the gold lead, this is a problem. 4K is not a problem. 10K, yeah. Yeah, that'll do the job usually. Well, for most teams anyway. As we see, Donzaburo is going to pick up the Oracles. He is spotted out. Surely he remembers last game when the Horrors sent 5 members to kill him in duo lane. He's going to try to solo this Gold Fury. And he can do it with this build as long as nobody walks up to try to steal it, and nobody will. Alright, free Oni Fury for the Sandstorm here. Very well done. Good call. They have one Power Bomb in pocket. If they can pick up a second one, they can pretty much freely take down any bird that they want. They're pinging out the jungle just to see if anybody's there to try to catch them, but and to call to ward there, I think. That's what we're going to see from Jupe here. Yeah. Warding up for this upcoming Fire Giant. And they start it right away. No waiting for EFG. They have one Power Bomb in a lead. That's all they want. Robin going straight for the Medusa. Immunes the ult, gets the kill. I think I've heard that before this game. Surtur immediately ulting out of that Ganesh ult. Robin gets ring tossed. And there's the emoji ult. It is going to slow Colin down a little bit. He can jump. He's not in his rage form right now. Taco does kill Clono in the back line. 2 members of the Horrors are down. They have to disengage here. Sandstorm pick up the Fire Giant. Donzaburo and Ganesh solo it. This might just be the game if they can pick out even one more member of the Horrors. Robin falls to Darth Leahy. And here comes the Discordia Apple that might just pick up 2 for the road. Disco, double kill. Free bowling, and that is a deicide for the Sandstorm. And they have one Pyro Bomb and ill intentions for this Titan. Might just be a 2-0. Papa Comics is back up. Clono is back up in 12 seconds. But this is a pretty late game Donzaburo. I'm not sure if they have enough to defend this. Plus they can just have Donzaburo sit in the back. They push Medusa off. Clono's up. This is possible to defend. Now it's not. Titan goes down 2-0. Sub 30-minute game 2. Sandstorm win this set. And there you have it. That is this set. 2-0 Sandstorm win. And Donza got ahead and never looked back. Taco looked and said, 36K, I could do more than that. Drops a 40 bomb on the Horrors. Goodness gracious. Jupiter does good on the Kukulin, and Musi got a lot of work out of just hunting down Papa Comics over and over again on this Robin, just immuning the Medusa at point blank range, or immuning, or just dodging it. And they just didn't have enough to really put up much of a fight against it as the Sandstorm 2-0. Let me make sure I get both stat screens here just in case they need to clip them. Yeah, it's always tough to solo cast because you're very distracted by managing a lot of things, but it's better than no cast. Better than no cast. Yeah, Moosey, the stats you just posted are from last season. I don't know how you even do that. Lucy, how do you even do that? What? Unless it's a joke that they have basically like the exact same team minus Clono instead of whoever they had. But that's hilarious. All right, just gonna leave this up for another minute, just in case anybody needs to snip it, because clearly Lucy got the wrong got the wrong images for this one. What else do we have today? That's not happening until 7:30. Okay. All right, I think that's enough time for anybody to come back and snip it if they need it. Thank you all for watching. Ciao, ciao.